What's up, y'all? Um, I just really want to talk about a topic that I believe needs to be covered. Um, One in which I have a very huge just burden on my shoulders. I feel like just very disappointed and chagrined and just upset at the way things are going and the way things have been going. Uh, as far as black people and just everybody in general, but like mainly black people being super religious and believing in Christianity. Now, I have no problem with whatever your personal beliefs are, whatever. I really don't care. The thing I have a problem with is when you force it on people and when every single facet of life revolves around this religious stuff. First of all, I want to say, especially to black people, why do you believe in this religion that was brought over here by white people that used it to try to keep you in slavery? And that follows a book that condones slavery. Exodus 21, Luke 12, Leviticus. It never says anything basically against slavery. It never even tries to denounce it. And yet people follow it blindly. Not only do you not have proof of there being a God and this book being true and being the word of God, because you can't even prove a God, but you follow a religion that was literally used by most people to keep your black ass in slavery. And then I see so many people in comment sections and just in real life, and a lot of them black, like obviously my family, and a lot of black families, a lot of people that I see out here, always talking about thank God this, thank God that, they're going to hell or heaven or hell, and you don't know where we go when we die. Like, yeah, that's right, you don't know. And then these YouTubers, like, recently I subscribed to a channel called Black Experience in Japan. And I'm thinking this is going to be a channel about, black people's experiences in Japan and Asian countries, which he has multiple videos on that topic. But all of a sudden, he started veering off into videos about faith and why you should be Christian and God this, God that. I'm like, that's not what I subscribed to your channel for, bro. I subscribed because I thought I was watching a free thinking black man go around interviewing other free thinking black people. But it appears he's not very free thinking at all. And then when I tried to make comments on the live video just to see what was going on, because it just came out of the blue, his girlfriend or wife or him, I don't know who it was, blocked me because I was just basically stating my opinion on the matter. And people in the comment sections were saying this and that. I'm like, where's your proof? That's all I said. Where's your proof? It's unfounded. Your claims are not based in reality. If you can't prove something, the base normality is like the base position is I don't know until you have proof to substantiate your claims. But people don't want to hear that. I have that problem with even my own relationship. It's such a thing for me, because everybody I know is religious or spiritual. What does spiritual even mean? Can you prove that there is a spirit? And how? I just don't even really know where to start with this. Like, it's just such a thing. I just really want to see where all my free thinking black people and just people in general are, but especially black people, because it seems like there's a small group And this may just be the media and just things being hidden and not being at the forefront, but you know, surface level, it appears that there's not really much room for free thinking black people out here. There's not really that many groups. It's like a small little group or percentage of free thinking black people out here. And I really want to know, where y'all at? Because I think we have a lot to talk about. I think we have a lot to do. I think we have a lot to prove, as far as why it's wrong to just have blind faith in things that you can't prove. Like why it's wrong to not use your analytical, logical, common sense and thinking skills. Use your brain and think outside the box instead of following what people say. Because that's all we know is the human perspective and what other people say. But like, don't just blindly follow what people say if you don't have proof for what they're saying. Like if they're making a claim and their claim cannot be proven, then the base foundation for that is, I don't know. Prove it. And then I will believe. It's not, oh, I'm going to believe until it's proven wrong. Like, that's stupid. That's retarded. Like, I'm sorry. If the R word offends people, it is. It's retarded. It's redundant. It's foolish. It's dunce-headed. It's beetle-headed. It's tomfoolery. It's foolish. Like, it's just dumb. I don't understand the arrogance of certain people I was talking to yesterday, as far as saying, oh, since we're creators, that means the universe was created by something. No, that's an arrogant assessment of things which you cannot prove. You have no proof. It's a feeling. It's not about feelings. It's about, can you prove this? Were you there? And even if you weren't there, can you somehow prove your claim to be true? If you cannot, why do you believe that? Where did you get that knowledge? Where did you get that information? Just because we're here and there's things that we can create doesn't mean that we had a creator. Those things do not correlate in any type of way. Well, something couldn't come from nothing. You don't know that. You don't know that there even is nothing because you haven't even experienced nothing. You don't know where we're going after death. Nobody's ever come back from death, real death, because people that have been dead for 20 years are still dead. And I don't know that they've come back and said anything. You don't know if there's a heaven or a hell. You don't know if we'll be reincarnated. So how about you just wait and enjoy the ride and say, I don't know, until you have proof of these things, instead of just going blindly off of what a stupid book clearly written by men says. Clearly written by men. Obviously written by men. But somehow this book is the divine word and revelation of a creator or a super powerful entity that was here before the universe and that's all powerful, that can see everything and do everything, but it can't even let itself be known. It can't even come up with a better way of people knowing that it's real. So I guess either it's evil or doesn't care or can't do all things. Either way, there's a contradiction there between the book and what people believe and everything. And then people want to cherry pick and stuff like that. But I don't even think people actually read this book, because that is the main cause of people being atheists. And then people want to get on this word atheism like it's some type of evil or bad thing. Like, oh, you're just an atheist. That means you're negative outlook on life and you don't believe in anything. No, that's not what it means. It means my base foundation, me, myself, I'm speaking for me, my base foundation is that I do not believe until proven otherwise. Until your claim is proven, you have the burden of proof, prove it. Then I'll believe if you actually prove it with evidence, sound evidence and proof. Atheist is just a word to differentiate between people who believe and who do not believe, basically. Those who believe and those who do not believe. Simple. I'm just using my brain. I'm using, the way of thinking that I was born with, and that is, I don't know. You're not born believing in a God. You're not born reading the Bible and believing the Bible. You're born not knowing. I'm at the base foundation of thinking. I'm at the base position. I don't know. If somebody asks you how many gumballs are in a jar, you don't know, right? Do you know? Just automatically, oh, I know. Like, no, you don't jump into that. You actually try to prove how many gumballs are in the jar. You try to count, you count, and you find out. But a lot of people out here just jumping to conclusions. Oh, there's this many gumballs in the jar. I know. Have you counted? Unless you were the one that put the gumballs in the jar, you don't know how many gumballs are in the jar. But that's what these theists are doing. That's what these illogical thinkers are doing. And I'm not trying to come at anybody any sort of way, because I know indoctrination is a real thing, and it's crazy, man. Like, I was indoctrinated. I was raised in a family, like both sides of my family, super religious. Um, but a lot of them claim to be religious, but they don't really follow that way of thinking. But they have the ideology, like God this, God that. I was raised with a non-denominational Christian grandmother, and I love that woman to death. I would never try to change her viewing or anything like that. It works for her. Whatever. It doesn't negatively impact me. And then I was raised on the other side of my family, my dad's mom, Jehovah's Witness, and my dad was Jehovah's Witness for a time or whatever, you know, and even he's thinking things over. Last time I spoke to him, he was thinking things over at 46. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. That somebody could change their way of thinking at 46, even if he doesn't fully go along with it and go through with it. It's just amazing that somebody can even question things at this late stage of life. And I'm happy to see that. Like, I'm glad to see when people do that, is when they question things. That's what life is about, is questioning things, not being stagnant and just sitting there letting some preacher or some other human that bleeds and shits just like you tell you how to live your life and what is what. Like, how do you know? Like, how do you know? You know what I'm saying? But like, I was indoctrinated. I don't know how I escaped. As soon as I got up out the house, I did research. I thought, I thought things through, and it didn't make sense to me. None of it. You can't be afraid to think. You can't be afraid to go against the grain. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't. You can't be scared in life to take leaps and stuff, and you can't just have blind faith in things. You could take faith on anything. I could have faith that I'm gonna have Magneto powers in 3 hours. Does that mean it's gonna be true? No. I mean, and this is not me saying like, oh, I know what is what. It's me saying I don't know. And that's the thing. I'm not making definitive claims like, oh, there is no God or there is no afterlife. I'm saying I don't know that there is, so I don't believe, because that's the base foundation. That's the base position. I don't know. So why even waste your life energy, worrying about it and thinking about it? Like, unless you're actually a scientist or somebody that can somehow prove it. I don't know how, because it's been eons and nobody's been able to prove anything. No definitive proof, or just nothing. No research has even touched the surface of what happens after death, or even what the universe is. Like, how did the universe get here? Was it always here? Was there time before time? Was there not time before time? Like, it's just a confusing thing. Like, we don't know, man. We're on this little blue speck. This little blue speck in this grand universe that we will never see the end of. We will never even see even 1/3 of that universe. We won't see in our lifetime. We just won't. And that's okay. It's okay to say, I don't know. I may never know. That's the beauty of life. You feel me? I know people want to believe. Like, I want to believe. You think that I don't want to believe that there's an afterlife where I can see all the people I love and care about again? I wish I could. I see no proof of it. I hope that there is, but I have no faith in it. I have no proof of it. I'm not saying I don't want that to be a thing. It's just most people are going off of a book that was clearly written by men that anybody could write. I don't know how this book got so big and popular. Like, why is the way of life and all that type of stuff? Like, There are so many contradictions in this book, so many errors. It's not even a good book, clearly, because most Christians don't even read it. They just go to church every Sunday, clap their hands, dance, listen to what the pastor man saying, and leave. Oh yeah, the collection tray, all that, and then they leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many different religions out here. How do you know which one is real? What makes your religion better than anybody else's? There's like a billion gods out here. Let everybody in every other country and place tell it. Sure, you got the Greeks. They believed in Zeus. The Romans believed in I forgot. But I know the Norse gods. You got Odin, Thor, all them. You know what I'm saying? You got Vishnu, Krishna, in Hindu religions. It's crazy. Everybody got their own God. Like, everybody got their own thing, and yet people actually be thinking like, "Oh, this is the truth." They believe it to be the truth just as much as you believe your religion to be the truth. They believe in theirs just as much as you believe in yours. Like, I don't even know, y'all. Like, I'm just spouting off at this point, but like, I'm trying to. I hope somebody watches this video and listens. I really want to get to the Black free thinkers. This is just a video of me basically reaching out, trying to understand. I want to have a intellectual conversation, no feelings involved. I just really want there to be more thinking done out here. Not even just about religion, but about everything. I see so many things going on nowadays. Like, it's just crazy. People are not thinking, about politics, and then, you act surprised when somebody's not the savior that you expected them to be. Like we're seeing now with the current administration. I've been saying that we need to make our own party. We've been following this Democratic, Republican type stuff for too long. But not to veer off into that. But people just don't think nowadays, and then it's like it's a surprise when things go wrong and when things don't work out the way you thought. You gotta take control of your mind, your brain. Like, our brains are so powerful. You feel me? And I'll be the first one to tell you, I don't know nothing. I don't know anything. I really don't. Neither do you. We don't know anything. We're just on this little tiny blue speck in the midst of this grand, huge, unfathomable universe that we can't even say the first thing about. We really can't, because you haven't been there. You haven't seen the whole universe. We can't even really explain what the universe even means. We just know we're in a universe. We don't know if this is the only universe. We don't know. We don't know anything. So let's just enjoy the ride and figure it out together if we can. If we can't, let's just be ignorant together. Ignorance is bliss. If there's any possible way that we can figure it out one day, so be it. Great. But if we can't, so be it. Great. That's all I'm saying. You know, I really expected to go into a further rant, what I'm saying, but I'm glad I didn't. I really want to have an intellectual discussion with people. Leave your like, comment, subscribe if you want to. You know, people always got to say that because ain't nobody gonna watch this video. I guarantee you. But I'm gonna post it anyway. If you made it to this point, congrats. I hope that I didn't ramble too much. I hope that I was somewhat coherent and that I was understood. I really hope that I didn't offend or hurt anybody, but if so, so be it. People always gonna be hurt. People always gonna be offended. Whatever. That's this generation. That's been life. That's people. So if you understood and you feel me, leave a comment. Let's talk. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk. Let's sharpen each other like iron sharpens iron. Let's like reinvigorate each other. Let's learn from each other. Let's just have a discussion, which people just can't do nowadays. Let's just have a discussion, a civil discussion. Because that's all I want to do. I want to brainstorm with people. I want to come up with solutions. I'm into making solutions, just creating, you know, and that's the beauty of it. When you realize you're in control of your own life and your mind and nothing else, you have free will. to a certain degree. Sometimes we as humans, man, we animals, what I'm saying, instinct kicks in, or emotions and stuff. But other than that, you can choose. Like, say that, I just did that, my own free will, by myself. Like, that was random. Just a random thing. You know what I'm saying? So let's do it. Let's get it. Let's get to discussing this. All my black people, all my white people, Latin people, Asian people, including Chinese, Japanese, Korean, um, Arab, Middle Eastern, people, Indians, let's get it. Everybody's welcome. Everybody. If you watch this video and you made it to this point, let's talk. Like, subscribe, join me in a discussion, in creating. All right. Well, I rambled on for a while, so like, comment, subscribe. Please comment. That's the first thing, and y'all be safe. Take it easy.